Ace of Spades might be a kick-ass song by Motorhead, but the King of Spades is a kicking ass machine, and he is trying to wipe everybody out, including Arisu. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment here to review Alice in Borderland Season 2, Episode 5, and once again, we see the King of Spades. Now, the King of Spades tends to be an overarching game master throughout the span of season 2. A lot of the other face cards, you kind of just enter a game, you play it, and you either win or you lose. But this guy just seems to have free roam of Tokyo. He seems to be going around and he can kill you at any time. You don't enter the King of Spades game, he enters you. He enters your space. He enters your privacy.
He enters you. It sounds a wee bit dodgy, but here, I like the fact you've got an overarching boss this season. I think that's maybe what season 1 was missing.
Is this kind of giving you Nemesis vibes?
Yeah, like a really cheap version of Nemesis, but here they don't have like special creatures in this show, so we may as well go with this.
You know the way Nemesis, Resident Evil 3, it could always come out and attack you.
Yeah.
You didn't know where it was or when he was going to jump or when he was going to get you. I think that is kind of the feeling that the King of Spades is giving me. So we start episode 5. Arisu joins up with Aguni and Heiya, who's a new character that we're being introduced to. We then get a little bit of a backstory for her, and we can see that she's a bit of a, let's be honest, bit of a bitch at school, and she's just not really a nice person, seems to be stuck up, and obviously she was in Tokyo. I believe she was in pretty much the same area. Well, we all know they were in the same area, but I mean, I think she was probably within a few meters of Arisu when this whole thing started, so they were all like pretty much in the same fucking confined space. But anyway, it shows you her not really being the nicest person. It shows you the first game that she had to play. It was a 7 of clubs game, physical game, and it was called Escape the Stadium. And she had to escape the stadium, and basically the stadium exploded with like, not lava, but it was like, I don't know, boiling water. So yeah, the stadium just fell apart, boiling water everywhere. She did escape the stadium, but in the end, it cost her her leg. She got impaled with some sort of pole. She did manage to escape after getting visions of her, in her own words, bitch mother, and that managed to give her the motivation to get out. And once she got out, it looks like she decided to pay some doctor with sex in order to get her leg secured or, cut off. Doesn't seem like a fair deal that some fucking young woman has to sleep with a doctor just so he cuts her leg off. I mean, that seems like
a loss to me.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like she got a fair deal, but I guess because the leg was gangrene, that if she never done that, then it, she would have probably died. And she says that she sacrificed a lot for her life and she is not going to give it up, unlike Arisu, who at the moment just seems, well, not at the moment, he's always been a little bit of a bitch. You always feel like this guy is on the verge of giving up. Even though we've seen friends sacrifice themselves for him multiple times.
Yeah, he always just seems to be down, depressed, but also, acting like a bitch, as you say. It's time Arisu grabbed the world by the horns and did something about it.
Yeah, we've seen Arisu's friends pretty much give up their lives to save him, yet multiple times through the show now, Arisu's still talking about, why don't we just give up? Well, what's the point? He doesn't want to be here anymore.
Just give up, man!
So yeah, we've seen her game, we get introduced to her. She, I guess, thanks Aguni for saving her life. I guess Aguni took her in or whatnot and is looking after her because she is pretty vulnerable walking around with just the one leg. But here, it's a pretty cool-ass leg because she's got some sort of, I mean, I don't know how you would describe it.
It kind of looks like a hockey stick, but I think it's like one of those scythe things that like a Grim Reaper would carry around.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. What's also pretty cool, how's Aguni still alive, man? Season 1, guy ran into gunfire.
Gunfire, burning building.
He doesn't look like it, but there was like no scars, wasn't there? No, it's a wee bit unrealistic, the fact this guy's walking around fine. I mean, how much of a time skip has it been?
Not too sure, but Aguni's still going strong here, and his mission is to take down the King of Spades before the King of Spades takes them down. So yeah, he wants Arisu to help them. Arisu's like, nah, I got to find Usagi. So therefore, Aguni kind of just takes things into his own hands, and he sets up Arisu and kind of uses him as bait to lure out the King of Spades. And we get like a pretty cool fight scene in the dark where the King of Spades coming after him. Arisu gets pushed into this like big water thing, a little bit like the Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger just jumping into
Get
the water.
down! Get down, Arisu!
Then we see Heiya and Aguni take the fight to the King of Spades. They're overpowered. Aguni gets shot, but he doesn't die because he falls off a cliff, or he gets
He's allergic to bullets or something.
yeah, he gets thrown off a cliff by Heiya, and then I guess the King of Spades isn't going to jump down and look after them because I mean, why waste your time jumping down a cliff trying to kill these two when you could just go on your way and go to the next location area and just kill a bunch of people? So yeah, the King of Spades walks this attack off. He walks this ambush off like it was absolutely nothing. We see Anne hiking about. Just all she finds is forest, so nothing really there. Kiuna plays the Jack of Spades game. She's like struggling being by herself, but at least she's winning. The Jack of Spades game didn't look good, honestly. It looked pretty shit. It looked like it was just a fucking like a game of karate or something. I don't know. It didn't look like a good game.
So yeah, there was a few games here that didn't look good, like Arisu running, Ario, and then it's just like a bunch of people walking out of a parking lot. Oh, we survived. What was that game all about? That game looked pathetic, didn't it?
Well, I don't think we knew what the game was, so it's hard.
No,
to
we didn't know what the game was, but the fact like 40 people survived it couldn't have been that. But here, it makes sense for them to utilise the games we're actually going to see.
Yeah, like so the games that they aren't focusing on, I don't expect them to be good because it'd be a waste if they were actually having good games and only showing it for like 10 seconds. So yeah. Anyway, Arisu's on the lookout for Usagi. Usagi finds this young boy whose visa is expiring, so she wants to help him. She takes him into the Queen of Spades game to try and help him win. There's some guy walks up and goes, "Hey man, you're a nice kid." Then he tells Usagi that this is a spades game, so they need to work together. It's teamwork, and if this kid lets them down, then he will not be afraid to put him down. But a voice in the distance says, "Don't worry, she will not let you down." And it's Arisu. He's there. He's finally found Usagi. He joins up, and it's going to be Usagi, Arisu, and some little kid that we quite honestly do not care for, taking on this Queen of Spades game. And this one is called Checkmate. Now, going back to the other games that we didn't really get to see, at this point, considering they're all face cards, don't you think that maybe every game should have got a little bit more screen time? You look at the first game that they play, the team game, I mean, that spanned almost a full episode and a half. Should they not have showed every face card game, considering how many would there be? 12 in total?
No, they probably should have.
Could you not have got... and I'm not saying every one has to be a full episode or half an episode, but at least maybe 5 minutes. I felt like some of the games got glossed over, and considering these are the face card games and they're supposed to be extremely difficult to beat, it doesn't seem extremely difficult when you see Kiuna on her own defeating a game and all you get to show for it is a 30-second montage.
No, I agree. I think they should have shown it more. It's like this episode, pretty much the last half of it. Then next episode's going to be this chases tag your it game, and it's like
checkmate.
It's very repetitive. That it's just tapping people on the back. Yeah, there's a wee bit of strategy involved in a story. Oh, we gotta save the kid. But does that really need like an hour when these other games are getting 30 seconds?
Some games need longer than others.
Yes. Like, I feel like the one with last episode, that game I think requires long. Because it's like, you've got to think, it's the mental process. It's not as simple as just running around an industrial plant, tapping each other on the back. Well, what's on my back? What's the symbol? I need to befriend these people, I need to trust.
Gotta trust. Anyway, we get introduced to the Queen of Spades, and she tells us how the game works. So basically, her team will start with 4. She's going to be the queen player, or she's going to be the king, or whatever, the queen, king. She's the leader of her team, and the player's team needs a king, so she's going to select somebody, and she selects a little boy. Now, what this means is somebody is guaranteed to die. At the end of all the rounds, the team with the least amount of members, that team will die. The king, or in her case, queen, of the team will automatically die, and any remaining players left on the team will die as well. So, yeah, it's kind of uneven there. So, you start with 4 on her team, 16 on the players' team, but I guess you can get numbers of 19 to 1. Maybe one person only needs to die, but at the most, I guess 9 people could possibly die. But yeah, she starts the game, and you have to tag your opponent. You tag them, and then they cannot move for the rest of the round, but they are officially in your team. So you tag them, and they're on your team, and that means from the next round, they're team red or team blue, depending on whoever tagged them. So once they get tagged as well, they get a shock. And we see the numbers game quickly change. The Queen goes from having 4 against 16 to quickly, let's be honest, quickly getting everybody apart from Arisu and Usagi. And she takes a 17-3 lead, leaving only Arisu, Usagi, and the kid. Now, for some reason, the Queen of Spades likes Arisu. She wants him on her team, but she doesn't really care for Usagi. So she's happy to get Arisu and then just let the other 2 die. So she tells everyone on her team that you have to go and get me Arisu. Arisu and Usagi, meanwhile, think that it will be easy to get their original number back to 16 because once that round starts and they're the ones doing the tagging, the people that have already been caught by the Queen's team will easily allow themselves to be re-tagged so they can originally join the players' team. However, that's not the case because the Queen of Spades tells everyone that if they win and they're on her team, then they get to stay in this island. They don't need to worry about a visa anymore. They get to stay playing this exact game that the Queen never loses. So pretty much everything is going to work out from it. Everyone believes, well, why should we try and win this game on the player team when we're just going to have to play another game in a few days' time to try and get more days on our visa when we can allow ourselves to win this game by being caught by the Queen and we can continue to live here for free, not have to worry about a visa, and we're guaranteed to win pretty much every single time because the Queen never loses. So, I mean, it turns out Arisu and Usagi are going to have a difficult time getting some members back onto the blue side.
Of course they're going to have a difficult time, although the people that sided with the Queen in the last game that we didn't see off camera, it's like, they're bigging her up, oh, she's never lost. It's like, really? You've only competed in one game with her. The coach has never lost is okay. But then what does it mean?
How do you know they've only been in one game there?
They said in the last game, and they specified we've only played one game, we won the last one.
They said they won the last one. I don't recall them saying they only played one.
We've riddled me this, Batman. Did that mean that the last game, it was only like, what, a maximum of 7 people playing because there's only 4 of them?
Well, no, maybe she's got a group and she picks who she wants to play.
And then what do the rest of them do then?
Maybe they sit on the bench.
You're not allowed to sit on the bench, you have to keep playing this game.
Yeah, but she can only have 4 people, can't she? So she can't have everybody.
So then what do the other...
What's she supposed to do next time? Start with 17?
Aye, 17 against 60 or something. Why not? Either way, man, I don't understand this. See Asagi's logic, by the way, the kid. Oh, the guy can here. I know he's a little kid and all, but when push comes to shove, he's gonna die. When they fucking wonder, and she's taking it bad. Why are you supposed to prioritise the life of a fucking kid over himself?
Yeah, not to be harsh, man, but like, fuck me, we're in a world here where kids are liabilities.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
you want someone like Agani, not some 10-year-old scrawny rat.
And the kid's not even attempting to try and help here. He's just standing there like a spare part. It's like, see if the kid was showing a bit of fight and was trying. I mean, I'd feel more reluctant to help him. But he's just sitting there, wasting a shirt, as they would say in football, wasting a number, wasting a tagging partner. And yeah, it doesn't look good for Team Blue. Can they turn it around? We'll find out because this game is going to continue in episode 6. But I mean, I thought this episode was pretty good. I mean, I like the game. It's not one of the better games, but I think it's a decent game nonetheless.
It's a repetitive game, but I did like the first half of the episode with Agani. And
well, I think there's also tactics in this game as well. I like the Agani stuff. I think the new character's pretty decent, and it was nice to see her get a game of her own there to introduce her and the whole leg thing as well. And you've got the King of Spades looking dangerous as always. I'm going to give this episode a 7. I thought it was a good episode, so yeah, I'm giving it a 7.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7 as well. I thought it ticked all the boxes and it gets you excited for the next one.
Yeah, last episode I only gave a 6, but I'm actually changed my mind. Last episode I'm giving a 7 as well, so.
Alright, what did I give it?
7,
Oh,
I think I was too harsh.
too harsh.
I think I weighed it down too much on the second half, but I forgot the first half did have the ending of the Chasiwa game.
Chasiwa! Anyway, see ya.
7 out of 10. Till next time, peace.